Good morning, comrades! Welcome back to the channel, welcome back to our beloved Nürburgring, which is now closed for winter stop, so it is grey, wet and cold and quite quiet, but quiet only here because over the last couple of days there was lots of noise online. Why is that so? Well, because the Nürburgring has published the updated prices for 2023 and they went a bit up and a lot up. And it's actually for the very first time in 6 years, because the last price increasement for regular tickets was in 2017. And for the last 5 years, the single tickets costed you 25 euros for Monday till Thursday, and for Friday till Sunday you would pay 30 euros for single lap. And now they went up by 5 euros, so this means 30 euros and 35. And no one had any problems with it whatsoever, because again, increasement in the last 5 years only, and regarding the, well, considering the current world situation and inflation, etc., no one had problems with whatsoever. However, there's also opportunity to get the season ticket, this piece of red plastic that allows you to go unlimited on the Nürburgring Nordschleife. And that for last year, the 2022, or this year as of now, or previous season, this season pass costed you 2,200 euros. Over the last couple of years, the price always went up roughly by 200 euros per year. Everyone was expecting it, so no problem whatsoever. But for the coming season, the price is going to be 2,500 euros if you buy it until 10th of January. After that, it's going to be 3,000 euros. So 800 euro increasement was met by, well, quite a negative feedback. And why is that? So first of all, let me go over advantages that you get. And actually, to be honest, I shot this video already yesterday based on the post on social media, on Nürburgring page, on their page on Instagram and also their Facebook, where they say in the first 2 paragraphs the price goes up by 5 euros. And then there are 2 small points saying like, yeah, you're gonna get a couple of advantages, that you're gonna get some discounts here and there, and that's it. So all the drivers said like, that's it? And what about the driving standards? So then, while I was editing the video, I went to the website, and then you have so many more benefits that go on and on and on and on and on and on. The question is, of course, is it going to be worth 500 or 800 euros extra for the driver? So let me quickly go over these benefits first before we go to the counter arguments of the driving community. So first of all, you're gonna get an individual season ticket. So you can send your picture, you can have, like you have with some credit cards or bank cards, you can have whatever picture you like, and you have a personalized ticketing instead of this regular red pass that I showed you already. Quite cool. Backstage tour. During every Nürburgring Endurance Series or VLN, you and your companion, so you can take your girlfriend, your friend, or your dog, probably dogs are actually allowed, yeah. You can take a free backstage tour at 11:30 every Saturday, no pre-registration required. Pretty cool. Trackwalk Nordschleife. Free participation at the Trackwalk Nordschleife after prior registration. Usually it costs at only, I believe, 10 or 20 euros, so, but still, it's free, it's cool, why not? Ring fan shop voucher and exclusive sticker. You get a 20 euro voucher that you can spend at a Nürburgring shop, and an exclusive sticker for your car. Also nice. Then 10% discount on offers of Nürburgring Driving Academy. I believe taxi rides are also included, probably because it's official Nürburgring Driving Academy product, which are 300 euros per lap or 350. Formula trainings also 300 euros, so that's actually adds up quite a lot. Merchandise at the Ring fan shop. So on top of the 20 euro voucher that you get, you can also have additional 10 euro discount there. And if you buy some fancy model or fancy jacket of Red Bull Racing or whatnot, that can be already 50 euros on its own. Food and drinks at Lucia, at my favorite chicken restaurant, and Burger Guest House. Driving packages at Nürburgring Esports Bar. VIP tickets to numerous events. So probably maybe even 24-hour race that would cost you otherwise 300 or 500 euros. 10% of that, it's gonna add up. Admission to the Motorsport Experience Museum Ringberg. well, the price itself is usually not that high. Cinema tickets for Ring Kino, rent cart, so if you're gonna go karting, and accommodation offers by Nürburgring hotels at Fairing Park, managed by Lindner. Yeah, so if it's probably also the Lindner hotel itself, 10% of that on a yearly basis can add up quite a lot. Then furthermore, cinema evening for season card holders, details to follow. Please Nürburgring, please Ring Kino or cinema, I've been saying it for years, please play movies in English. I understand German, no problems with that, but cultural heritage and cultural movies I want to enjoy in the original language and then with the German subtitles. Furthermore, Nürburgring Long Distance Series, exclusive discount on the annual ticket for Nürburgring Endurance Series, details to follow. And Race Tracker, the pictures, 10% discount on one purchase. That's too bad. I would have been cool if it was the whole year, of course. But still, 10% if you go at the end of the year and you decide to have a big package of, like, I don't know, €1,000 worth of pictures. And people do spend thousands of euros on pictures. Some of them are there. Now, these are the benefits. So I just want to say that it would have been cool if on social media posts you would have posted all of these things at once, or would have said like, hey, because people at the end of the day are lazy. I know for myself, they don't want to go on the website and see what all these benefits they get, etc., etc. Now you could argue by saying like, so now to get my 500 or 800 euros worth of price increasement, I need to pay 5,000 euro worth of products. I'm sure people do actually do that if you take that into consideration. More on that later on. So I think these benefits are actually quite cool. That it's not just simply price increasement, because in the past you had zero. You could just have unlimited laps, and that's it. Now, speaking of the negative feedback, the very first comment on the Instagram post is actually summarizing it quite good, from the guy called Bastian back on track. So let's go with that. Regular price for an annual pass increased by a whopping 800 euros. Madness. The discount point in the middle of Christmas or turn of the year, in which many people receive their bills for insurance and probably also electricity bills, etc. Which is a very good point, because in the past you could get the discounted price of a lap ticket up until pretty much the first day of TF, which is the beginning of March or middle of March. So now when you, right after holidays, you need to spend additional 2,500 euros for a season ticket. For many people that could be quite difficult, because they need to recover from the purchases for the holidays. Good point. And then actually are the main questions are, for example, well, what about the renewal of the driveway? Or the exit of Breitscheid, because for many years this is only now just the exit. You can just get off the track and not come back on it again. And for season ticket holders, this was a big advantage. They would park up around Breitscheid area, get some currywurst, get some pizza or ice cream, what you can get around, and use this as their home base, and then get on there, do their laps, and then come off there on again and enjoy the easy access and exit. Because the next question and the main concern is the huge queues that we had this year post-COVID, because over the last 2 years, or well, last 3 years, we were all used to that people couldn't travel. There was no traffic on the Nürburgring. It was great. It was a perfect paradise for people who were able to come to the Nürburgring. And now this year, everyone came here, and it was quite a mess, if I may say myself. There were 2, 3, 4 line rows queues to get off the track. I had experiences myself that it took me sometimes even 50 minutes to get off the track. I'm sorry, if you're doing 10-minute lap or 7-minute lap and then you have to wait 50 minutes to get off the track again, or maybe even 20 minutes to get for a second lap, I can understand it's quite frustrating. And to be honest, we had also situations where cars get overheated. They either start boiling up the brakes because the brakes don't get any air, any cooling anymore. And we had a guy slamming into a trash bin because his brakes got overheated as he was standing in the queue, and it was either people, expensive cars, or a trash bin. Very good choice of him. We had multiple cars overheating, like literally boiling their coolant, fluid, and sometimes to the extent that they would almost catch fire, because again, there was such a long queue, and you would experience the same thing on a public road. So I understand the frustration. Something definitely needs to be done about the exit. Then of course there are also complaints about the Brunchen parking lot, that it's not great, or parking areas. To be honest, I know for sure that Brunchen belongs to the local county of Hesbroich or to the village, so Nürburgring has nothing to do with that. Maybe we should just do like a crowdfunding that we like re-gravel, resurface that area ourselves. But I understand the frustration. And then of course, still no complete digital flag board. Which is actually referring to the safety aspect, that there are few marshals and people expect nowadays the Formula 1 standards, digital LEDs that you have, for example, in Spa-Francorchamps. I understand the one side of frustration, and I definitely agree with that, because I also want to be safe here, but at the same time we also need to understand that this is public road and we don't have these things on Autobahn, where we're also allowed to go unlimited. We also don't have marshals standing there every, I don't know, kilometer to make sure that if someone loses control at 300 plus kilometers per hour, that someone gonna save them. Of course, it's a different situation. And most importantly, we know that 2 years ago, Nürburgring started with the so-called digitalization project. We have here, we can see there, the first camera. We have multiple of them here on the main street because they started with the testing here on the street, and they're going to expand over it, or maybe even finish this year, but it costs a lot of money, lots of effort, because it's a 21-kilometer track. And of course also the question is going to be, what are the construction works going to be in total for this year? What areas will be resurfaced? Are there any plans for the change of entrance and exit at Devil's Diner? Because this is now already like, what, 25 years old? I believe it was opened in 1999. And with the current flow of traffic, something needs to be done. And I know that the plans are there. They just need to be formalized and executed. And of course, since we're talking about connection with the public road, and you have to deal with German government in Germany, it's going to take quite some time. But it will be good to hear from the Nürburgring what are they planning to do regarding the digitalization project, when they're going to finish it, if they're going to do something with that. And that is the main point. Now overall, let's talk about actually the prices of the lap ticket in general and what you get in return. So in the past, let me quickly get my calculator, the whole advantage of it. So calculator, here we go. For this year, 2,200 euros divided by 30, the break-even point for a weekend prices, you would have to do 73.3 laps, I would say, which is a nice break-even point. Now, this year, in the worst case scenario, if you miss the discount, so let's say 3,000 euros divided by 35, the break-even point is 85 or 86 laps. This means you need to do 13 laps more to break even with your season card. Now, I don't think that it's such a big deal to be forced to do 13 laps more. Why is that? Because I know other season card holders myself, and everyone on Nürburgring Live Facebook group or other, like just like among each other, everyone towards the end of the year is bragging how many laps they've done. And people that are doing more than 500 laps per year is no exception whatsoever. On average, people do around 200, 300 laps per year on season ticket alone. And that gets us, let's see, otherwise, so let's see, 35 times 300, you would be paying 10,500 euros. If you do 500 laps, 17,500 euros. So, actually a friend of mine, Lauren Yolen from Yolen Coaching, he made actually a very interesting post on Instagram where he made questionnaire saying like, people, are you upset about it? Yes, we are upset. Then the next question was, are you still going to buy it? And I think like 60 or 70% of people said like, yeah, I'm still going to buy it. Yeah, we are upset. I'm also upset that energy prices are increasing, fuel prices are increasing. But in the end, if we did not have these prices in the past, I think no one would complain. If we talk even about track days, by now most of them have increased the prices. So if in the past the price was around like 700 to 800 euros, most of them are going now towards even 1,000, 900, 1,000. So you can drive probably 4 track days for the same price of unlimited driving per year. We have to look at the whole picture here. So how can this be solved? Or I don't know. I think, you know what, because the main issue here is the people that are complaining, and again, they have very valid arguments. As I said, they're very valid, and for the extra benefits that Nürburgring is trying to get them on top of the price, they say like, we simply don't care, because if we want them, we would buy them. They don't cost them much anyway. We simply want to drive. I think the Nürburgring could consider, it's just an idea, maybe what about we do like 2 Fridays per year, just literally just 2 days, 2 Fridays per year, that is going to be dedicated to season card holders only. In that case, these guys can come and have 2 almost mini track days to themselves, and then the full weekend they can drive here. I think by then everyone's going to say like, great idea, perfect. But the main thing, I think, of course, now they need to address what changes will be done over winter, and that is kind of it. Finally, I want to tell people that the track access itself is just a fraction of a cost. It's really nothing, because again, if you would do 300 euros per lap, let's say that way, a car, I'm going sidetracked here, but if you're still watching, then you're probably still interested in that, so I might as well say it. On average, when the car on full throttle, like a McLaren or something, is doing 1 liter per 2 kilometers. So on 1 lap you would waste 10 liters. A more normal car, a track car, will probably do 4 kilometers per 1 liter of fuel. Yes, the consumption goes quite a lot. So what I'm getting at, per lap you're already spending between 4 to 10 liters of fuel, which is already 10 euros or more. And then you have brake pads, tires, and other consumables. So in the big picture, people who are complaining like, oh, 3,000 euro is a triple minimal wage, if people are spending triple monthly salary on driving, and this is what they earn, I don't think that they have their priorities straight, because they also need to afford the car, the insurance, and everything. So yes, it's a luxury product, but at the same time, if we're going to complain that private jets are so expensive, because the normal flight ticket is only a percentage of that, or hypercars are so expensive because a regular Golf is costing like that. So overall, good counter arguments. I also agree something needs to be done about these problems. And yes, it's quite a steep increase, but I think if we look at the broad picture, it is not that bad at all, especially for the normal users who are already doing this many laps. It's still a very good benefit, and it's at the end nowhere in the world that you can do such a thing, to drive this much unlimited on the track. Okay, it's getting quite cold. I think Adrian is going to freeze his hands off, so we're going to end this video here. Of course, let me know in the comments what you think of it. As I said, I'm not protecting the Nürburgring or something. Some people are going to say, hey, he doesn't want to lose his media license, me. No, as I said, the entrance is shit, is bad, fix about it. Sometimes I also get frustrated by a safety situation, and at 10% discount on Devil's Diner as well, because people are there anyway, they want to spend money there, not at Lucia. So, good. I wonder if they're filming some fancy stuff today here with this fancy helicopter. We'll find out. Bye.